Hey everybody, it's Kelly and welcome to day 5, except not quite day 5. I had said yesterday that I had a little plan for something for day 1 because I have the Secret Not Secret advent calendar, and by the way, that's from the website redefinecreative.com, and creative is spelled with a K for Christina, who spells her name with a K. So redefinecreative.com, they're sold out, I believe. I think they were sold out quite a while ago, but just so that you know that, and they do kit clubs all year long. I have not ever done one, but Christina tailors them to you. So very cool. So check that out if you're interested. But I'm going to go back. There was like the mail was slow, and they had bad weather where she lived, so the kits didn't quite go out as she had hoped, so that we all had them on the 1st. So I opened this after the 1st, and as when I opened it, first of all, it came in this bag, and then this piece of paper, this little tag, and this circle all came in this bag. And there's a piece of paper here so you can write yourself a note. Every day we get a prompt as well with our little advent calendar pieces here, but you can take it how you want. You can use it, you can do something else with it, and that's what's going on with mine. Anyway, one of the things that I wanted to do was write myself a note. It was kind of a hard year for me. Those of you who have followed me all year long know that I lost one of my closest friends in the world, in a friend of mine who I have been friends with for 40 years. We've been friends since high school. And so that, combined with a whole bunch of other stuff that went on this year, has made it kind of a tough year. And I was so excited about the Christmas season because I have so much joy in it that I wanted to document that. So I wrote my letter to Santa Claus here, and I was trying to decide whether I was going to put this bag in or this bag. I think I'm going to save this guy because it's kind of a serious note. And I also think what I'm going to do with this is going to go right between these two pages, and I just think that this is going to go better. This is kind of a serious layout. Oh, it'd be nice if you could see it. Kind of a serious layout over here. This is not as much, but I'm thinking I would like to save him for another time. I also think it's cool. Christine has these numbers every day, and you can use those numbers too if you're watching this and you have the advent calendar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this right in this little bag that has this little North Pole Candy Cane Company thing on it. I have thought about using this Santa's Workshop Authentic Goods, but I think I'm going to save this out because I might use this on today's page actually. And then when I was wrapping presents today, I found this tag that my sister had given me a couple years ago, and I really liked him. And I wanted to use him on something, so I thought, oh, I could use him on this perhaps. And then here's the circle that Christina gave us. So now, the one thing that I'm looking at this is, if I do this as that far over, that's going to be sitting right there. And I might not like that so much. So, and I'm not quite sure what I did. Oh, here it is. It blew off. His pom-pom is so cute, but it might be a little big in the end. I'm going to see. So I'm trying to keep it out of that spot. I'd still like to use this to give it a little bit of something else. And I think I'm going to maybe just leave that there because it is a gift tag, right? Oops. And now the ATG doesn't want to cooperate, right? So what I'm doing here is I have, I'm kind of using this as an embellishment. This is an embellishment. So I'm watching to make sure that the line of his beard at the bottom and this line of this circle is not on the same level. So you know that. And then watching this pom-pom there as well. So lots of watching of things here. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just take my scissors here. Ooh, sorry guys if that was really loud in your ear. It was very loud in mine. Just pop that there. It's still looking like it's overlapping the bag a little bit here. Okay, so I think that's better. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just pop this in here like this. And then maybe let's see. This could be like a present to myself, right? So I think what I'm going to do is well, actually, I'm going to take that out. This is nice because it mixes the blue and the red, and there's blue on here and there's red and green on here. So let's grab this washi tape. And this is just, you know, it's not like an addendum to day 1. I'm not going to worry about putting a number on this because really this is a book of stories for me. You know, if obviously you already know that if they're not in order, if I tell a story on a different day, I'm okay with all of that. And the same is true here right now. Okay, so I have to be careful about not cutting the bag there. Okay. All right, so I might just wrap this. I could have wrapped it, I guess, into the kind of middle, like behind there, but I didn't, and that's fine. Okay, if for some reason that would start to come off, that's what I would do. All right, so I'm just gonna leave this because I think it's cute and kind of different, and obviously this is a tag. I'm gonna, oops, I'm gonna fix my ATG here for a second. And so I'm really excited because I've done the letter, and I also have done Journal Your Christmas in the past. I think I mentioned that, and I still get the videos every day. I like to use that sometimes as inspiration for my day, and this is just being sassy, guys. So that is on that first day of Journal Your Christmas, you always write yourself a letter. So I've now done that, which is awesome. Okay, so I kind of like the way this looks. Now there is a lot going on here, so I might at the end decide to put like a little vellum or something like that between these two pages so Santa sits on there and there's a little bit more division between the days. Let's see what we think about this. That is a lot of bulk right in that page there. So as my book goes on, I may live to regret that, but oh well. My books often end up going like this by the end of the season, and I'm okay with that. So that was a little addendum to day 1. I will photograph that as well too. Here's day 4, which we did yesterday, which really you saw yesterday. I did earlier this afternoon just because I'm still scrapbooking it scrapbooking it, I guess, in the same day. So that's day 4. Now on to day 5, which is today when I'm actually doing this. So sometimes I do it on the same day, sometimes I don't. So today I have the story of wrapping presents here. And I'm thinking like this somehow, do something like this, some sort of card there. So I'm going to look through my cards to see, because sometimes there's cards about gifts and that kind of stuff. So I think that would be cool. That would be cute up here just because I have candy cane striped paper. There we go. There's the gifts. Okay, perfect. Then I need obviously something to cover this, and normally I would do a card or paper, but what I'm going to do is I always include, and you guys, if you followed me I've been doing the process videos for the past 2 years, you'll know that I always include my paper somehow. Sometimes I use it as a background, sometimes I do it in a 6x8, sometimes I tuck it into a bag. In this particular case, I'm going to use it as the background for this photo. So what I will do here, and this is just a spare piece that I have. So I'm just going to cut something that I know is at least 4x6, right? And then because this is wrapping paper, and no, it is not archivally sound, so if that bothers you, don't use it, or put it in put it in the bag so that you don't have to worry about it. Or I don't know if they still sell archival mist, but that back in the day when I first started scrapbooking, scrapbooking, that's what we did. We used archival mist, and I have just made a mess out of this. Oh man, did I ever make a mess out of this? You guys probably can't even hear me. Okay, this wrapping paper, I love it, but it's really cheap. It's not your Hallmark special wrapping paper. I think I got it at like Walmart or something, maybe even Aldi's. I think I got it at Aldi's last year. I really, really liked it, but it's really thin. So what happened is I put a crease in it and wanted to straighten it out, and I couldn't because this wrapping paper is so bad. Okay, like look at that. It's tearing from the glue here. Okay, let's try this and hope it works out better this time. Oh my gosh. Real life, guys, this is the kind of stuff that YouTubers edit out, just so that you know. I know you all think we're perfect, which we are far from perfect. Okay, I think that worked a little bit better this time. And yeah, there's another layer of paper under that, but who cares? I don't think you can even see it. And even if you could, it wouldn't be enough to really bother me. All right. So I'm just using this. This is cutting so well because the paper behind it is so bad. I do kind of have to be careful when I'm wrapping gifts sometimes not to tear it. I mean, that's how bad it is. I love it and everybody loves it, but I've said to people, oh, it's the world's crappiest paper. All right, so this is a picture of me wrapping and my cats and all the craziness that ensued with that. I'm going to grab this is my little Creative Memories trimmer here. I'm going to grab this because I want a little bit more space around that photo. I can embellish and those kinds of things. Now, one of the things I thought about with this is that I could use that. I mean, I can either put it in there like a tag or I can do something else with it. So now the question is, how do we want the photograph to go and the journaling card to go? Because this is kind of a busy spread with that paper going on behind. And because this is the second year of using that paper, I don't think it's such a bad deal to do that. I do need to get a number on here. So today is 5. And I'm thinking maybe I want to put it there, but I also have room to put some more embellishment there because of the, this is a table and it was hard to get this photograph here. I could do this little special delivery from the North Pole. I'm going to go grab my circle punch, guys. Sorry about the dead air. Again, this is real life YouTubing here. And honestly, this whole real life aspect is one of the reasons I do love sharing my December daily process with you, because you do see me more real and you see what it really looks like when I scrapbook. So this is an 1¼ inch punch. I'm just going to check my inch punch out to see. I think it's going to be too small. It's going to be too small if I want to see any of that white border, and I think I would like to see the white border. So I'm going to go back to my 1¼ inch. For those of you who happen to be new scrapbookers, to use your punches, this is a cool thing. You just flip them upside down because you can see where you're going to be punching. So I don't know how many of you are new, but if you are, that's a good little clue. Okay, so we have that little special delivery thing. And now I'm going to move this over a little bit. Oh, look at that. Okay, that takes most of the table out. And then you still see my wrapping box there. I'm still thinking something behind that. But before I do that, as I'm getting that, I also need to get something else out. Again, those of you who have followed me for the last couple of years know that I always include my receipts in my December daily, both for looking at things and, you know, looking at prices and that kind of stuff. And also just in case I need a receipt for grandkids. And I forgot to do something. I just realized this is 2 days in a row, but no big deal. I can always do this. First of all, in the back of my book, here are my receipts. And then what I usually do is I usually do a 4x6 card with everybody's name, what I got them, and then the price that it was, because I keep that list on my phone. So what I will do is at some point in the next couple of days, I'll print that out. And I'm going to include it with this stuff because I don't think it's all that important. And I could include it like on the front, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these in a bag again, which is what I did last year, is I put them in a bag. And so I have this striped bag that, I mean, I bought these on sale at Ben Franklin. So I have that candy striped bag. That might be a lot with all the peppermint stripe there, is my thought. I have this polka dot bag, which is nice, but I also know that behind here are some other polka dots, and I'll be able to get that 4x6 piece in here. I could put the 4x6 piece like on the front sideways, but I won't do that. I'll just get it. Now here's some green stripes and some blue stripes, or blue polka dots. That green is not exactly the same. The question is, does that bother me? Or would I rather use this red, this big red polka dot? I really was thinking green because I was thinking I would like to use this Authentic Santa's Workshop piece on it. I don't know if that should bother me or not. You know what? It's not going to bother me. You know why? Because in this photograph, I have this bright green bag, and then there's bright green back here, and then there's some of this other green in there. There's a big green bow there. Justified in my own mind. And that's the only place it has to be justified, right? Now, you'll notice this year, I don't have nearly as many receipts as I normally would. The reason that is I bought a ton of things online this year, so the receipts are online. Thus, I think the card with everybody's name and how much I spent is going to be a little bit more important than it normally is in this particular, for this year, I guess. Normally that's not as important. Okay, so Santa's Workshop there. I'm thinking maybe day 5 is going to come over here. But we'll see as I work through this. And what I will do, I'll show you how I do this because I pre-punched those other holes, is I just grab whatever I'm going to punch the holes in, decide where I want it to land. And then in this particular case, I like to use my Crop-A-Dile because Crop-A-Dile, I think that's what this guy is, because I'm going through a bunch of layers here. And it punches really easy. Okay, so let's go back to this again. Relay this out. And I like the sort of, you know, Santa, North Pole, that kind of thing. Oh, and then I forgot about this. So I have this washi tape that I just used, the present washi tape, but I don't think I want to include the blue, and I just did include this on a spread, even though that's present, so I think that's good. But I do have this awesome Do Not Open until December 25th. So that has to go on here somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, but it needs to go on this spread because I love this washi tape. I think I actually had it last year. This is from Target, and I didn't use it last year, which made me very sad about that I didn't use it. I think I forgot about it. Okay, guys. And again, always, I'm sorry about my really noisy chair. I really need to get a new chair. I just haven't done it yet. So I'm looking through to see, I have die cuts and things in my basket of goodness here. And There's some wood veneer. Well, I could have used that wood veneer on that other spread, right? I did not. That's okay. Part of me, in these early days, this can be a little hard because I'm not really familiar with what I have. Again, it takes me a little bit to get back to, oh yeah, that thing that I'm thinking of is going to be perfect for this spread. That kind of stuff, I'll eventually get there where I just know, oh yeah, that piece is there and I really want to use that. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my things here to take a look. I have these puffy stickers. This is from Elle Studio this year. I have one of these is from the kit and one of these is just like their regular stuff. Oh, look at this little Santa hat. That would be cute on here because, you know, of wrapping gifts and being Santa. There's also in the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. I kind of like that. Just checking that out. The other thing I want to take a quick look at is, here's those acrylics shapes, you guys, that I said I was going to have a hard time using, and I need to look at those constantly. My scrapping buddy from product placement, and now in January we'll be doing a series called Stash with Rachel and so Rachel Reynolds and I are discontinuing product placement. We're doing a Stash Bash thing. It's brand new, so I haven't quite gotten used to it yet. So I like this, that I have that little piece behind there. And I think that's nice because I almost always have a hard time using these things. So I'm going to put this photograph down. There's a cute little letter for Santa thing here. I might encourage my grandson. This is one of those things. We're going to be together before Christmas, and he will see Santa while we're together. I might have to encourage him to write a letter to Santa just so I can use this cute little letter to Santa thing here. That's so bad. That's like, you know, when you dress your kids or whoever so that you can use product. Not that I would be above that, guys. So if you do that, I'm not like making fun of you. I'm more making fun of myself. Oh, there's also presents on here too. I just realized that. So there's a couple of presents here. And that would be a nice way because they're basically prints of those presents. So this would be a nice way to bring some green down in this part of the spread. So I'm trying to decide, do I use a smaller one? I think the bigger ones are too big. I think that's good right there, just like that. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to actually just put this in because I think day 5 is going to go over on the other side. Unless I decide I want it up here somewhere. Which, that doesn't look, so I have this really sort of not very pretty space up here. Where, you know, where I was taking the photographs there. So I'm thinking about up there. I'm not going to put it on there yet. The other thing I wanted to look at, and I've kind of lost them. Okay. This is what happens when you have too much stuff, right? I'm okay with that though. This is what I was looking for. These are this year's die cuts for Elle Studio. So I could like put this on here and then put the 5 under there. Now if it was just a 5, I think I would like that better. I don't know that I love how that looks. And there's a lot of these December circles. So my presents are all wrapped. My presents were bought, I'm trying to think. Well, I bought everything I needed by Black Friday, and then I had a couple of things to make. I have a Cricut, and I'm falling in love with making vinyl things with it. I use it for scrapbook pages. That's what I've been doing for the last year, but I didn't understand the wonderfulness of using it for making t-shirts and stuff like that. So I've made a bunch of t-shirts and mugs, and you may actually see that because I'm thinking I might put some of that in my December daily, because it is a big part of my holiday this year that I made a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see. Do we like this? Do we not like it? And this would stick up a little bit, but I kind of like that. Yeah, I think that's good. What I could do is take my little marker there, my journaling pen, my marker, whatever, and just write day number, and then we have 5. Okay, so then I need this to fit to this other card, right? So I thought I'd size this photo to 3x4, but it doesn't look like it actually is. It looks like it's a little bit bigger than that. Oh yeah, definitely is bigger than that. So I'm just gonna cut this. This is one thing I realize how much slang I use when I'm talking to you live. My English teacher from college would roll over in her grave, because I graduated from college some 30 some years ago, and she was old then, and she really was old. I'm sure she was in her 70s then. So okay, so there's that. I'm going to journal on that yet, so I'm going to leave that as it is. So now we just have this little piece to decide what to do with. And I love the idea of that December 25th tape. So I want to get this across so you get the whole idea of this. So let's do this. Now I could wrap this to the back. I'm gonna see what happens if I do that, or if I decide I don't like it. And never mind, because it just split right there, which is actually the perfect place for it to do that. So we're just gonna cut the tape here, and it's almost like a foil tape. It's really cool. I'm so excited I used this. Yay. And I could use this again, like when we're opening Christmas presents and that kind of stuff. So now the question is, do I do this down here to make it sort of some sort of to kind of cluster together, or do I bring it up here? And I'm thinking I could put a piece of ribbon or something in there. Oh, and I still have that little Santa hat. I'm gonna grab that. There is so I could put that in this cluster up here, but you know what? I really love it on top of that. Now, if I have an enamel dot or something, I could just add that in there. I have these peppermint ones. Remember this? I used some of these the other day, and I think that would be cute. Yeah, I'm gonna add this little peppermint guy, and I think what I'll do, I'm gonna add some extra adhesive behind this, because I know from past experience that these do not stick as well as I would like them to. And I really think I'm just gonna leave this just like this. So now I'm very excited because I used a bunch of pieces from my advent calendar. I'm going to shift this way, guys, because this is going to be in the binding of the book, which is fine. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I'm kind of deciding, because do I want it on the green or do I want it on the white? And I believe I want it on the white. So then what will happen, I'm going to pop this in the book so you can see how this looks. This is such a simple way to do this. You can also put it in an envelope. Some of the glassine bags, if you want to keep your receipts that way. Any of that kind of stuff. So, okay. So here's this, and then this just sits in here like this, and it's all there, and there's day 5. So, all right, guys, that is day number 5 done. I will see you tomorrow for day number 6. Bye, everybody.